August 19th, 2016. This is one of my last 1,000 peso bills after 50 million pesos, which is $1.2 million, has been vindictively and criminally stolen, as well as kidnapped. I was kidnapped 4 different times, and all the other crimes that have been committed against me. So I've taken every one of the crimes against humanity and created solutions to prevent them in the first place, which is why I'm asking everyone for world crowdfunding support of FatherKeith.com Ministries, which is the last of the dual trilogy chronicles of the extreme vindictive persecution that's been occurring for now since November 4th, 2007, tied to one super criminal, Robert D. Rose, who I also call the Antichrist. He fits all the database attributes, which I've also turned over to Interpol again. Contact Interpol, like I have at least 7 times so far, actually more, by faxing them and directly communicating with them, to have them put URLident.com into full-scale production worldwide, where citizens actually monitor 100% accountability and visibility. All the other citizens, therefore very little government is needed at all. It's called 1 degree of separation, which has never been achieved because we didn't have the technology 10, 20 years ago. And I've been doing technology at the extreme level for the last 40 years, since 1976. NC State University, that receives $20 million US in pledge when they finally get turnofflights.com, which is a patent pending from the year 2012 that occurred after I was kidnapped October 3rd, 2011, and suffered the most unbelievable string of constitutional violations of all of my rights. Therefore, I've co-founded unocracy.com, co-founded with God himself and with all the partners who want a piece of the action. For indeed, I was kidnapped when I was at Las Vegas, hours away from meeting with Nora Beardsley of the IRS. For IRS whistleblower, February 2009, 658, then to the FBI, and then to the military. Instead, I sit in hell for 2.5 years, 848 days, waiting for the FBI and broadcasting to the entire world for them to actually do their jobs, to get rid of the #1 problem, which is political criminals, and the biggest $1 trillion of debt, yes, debt, which is taxpayer assets, being criminally drained into the criminal ruling elite's coffers, like Robert D. Rose. For I've seized, actually I'm asking the entire world, to seize the criminal assets of all the criminals who've done this to me and to the rest of my people. This is my family behind me. My wife is here. My stepson is here, her sister, and of course her brother's son, Darren. That's who goes to the $1,000 today. And 1,000 pesos, actually, is worth about $20 US, as I'm down to my last, about 25,000 pesos, maybe a little bit more, which is barely enough for me to live on. $500 after losing $1.2 million to all these criminals. Robert D. Rose, Miss Bashama, the Duncan clan, murdered Brian Walker, and of course every single one of my own lawyers, including, yes, Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates has implicated herself in the #1 most scandalous, criminally profitable conspiracy series in world history. It's all right there when they finally figure out the economic damage and the theft of my intellectual property that's worth billions, yes, trillions of dollars to world economy. Welcome to Universal Show, broadcast network of BuiltByKeith.com, which is the focal point, clearinghouse for all of humanity, of all world-class solutions, starting with how to stop poverty.